Thank you for choosing Picscoat and taking the time to view this DVD. Simply follow the steps in this DVD, which has been produced to help you to understand the system and to help you produce a finish which is pleasing to the eye and is also technically sound. Remember, a well-executed application will transform the whole appearance of your property for many years. Over the years, even quality tarmac surfaces do become tired and dull. Maybe repairs have been undertaken, leaving unsightly patches. Also, you may have some dirt and mortar marks from some building works which cannot be fully removed, and more often than not there'll be a few annoying oil stain marks from cars. Often tarmac driveways tend to be forgotten, as they're just somewhere to park the car, until somebody decides to do something with this unsightly area and major works are considered, such as a brand new tarmac surface, block paving or patterned imprinted concrete, all of which would be a significant outlay. Now, if you have a basically sound tarmac area which is tired, dull, patched and stained, you can do something about it. It's easy, it's cost-effective, and there's virtually no disruption or inconvenience. Picscoat is a specially designed water-based acrylic driveway refurbishment product which is guaranteed to give your old, tired tarmacadam or asphalt driveway a new lease of life and bring it back to black. Picscoat will also enhance your driveway's longevity. It's easy to apply and no special tools are needed, although some tools can make the process even easier and you may want to buy them or borrow them from a friend. There are many benefits of using Picscoat on any tarmac surface. Dramatically enhances the aesthetics of any existing tarmac driveway, very easy to use, is a cost-effective solution, water-based, environmentally friendly product, will make unsightly tarmac reinstatements less noticeable, will provide a uniform coloured surface, long-lasting, can be easily recoated at any time, ideal to hide unsightly cement stains or marks after building works. The treated surface is easier to clean. Picscoat is highly water repellent, reduces fretting or stone loss and increases the lifespan of the driveway, waterproofs and protects tarmac driveways, is low odour, resists oil, grease and dirt stains, resists fungicidal and algae growth, will improve the curb appeal of any home. We've chosen a typical driveway that's ideal for the Picscoat system, and you'll see how an old tired driveway can easily be transformed out of all recognition. And it'll stay looking that way for years to come. First, check the size of the area to ensure you have enough Picscoat to cover the area. Then have a look around to see what small repairs or work needs doing to prepare the driveway. None of us like the preparation stage of any DIY task, yet we all know how important it can be to the finished result and to how well it will last over time. Although preparation is important, it really isn't difficult preparing your driveway prior to applying Picscoat. In fact, normally it requires the least preparation of any home DIY task. It's important that your driveway is thoroughly washed down before applying Picscoat. However, there may be a few minor repairs which you may want to undertake to make your driveway look even better when it's finished. These repairs can be undertaken before or after the area is washed down. In this case, we've decided to do the minor repairs before we give the driveway a thorough wash. Either way is fine, whichever suits you best. Let's take a look at repairing a small pothole, or in this case a small lump in the surface. Whatever it is, it's easily repaired with our Tarmac Patch Repair product. First of all, we need to remove the tarmac in the area that we want to repair, as we need to have a minimum depth of about 25 millimeters. You can use a pickaxe or a hammer and bolster to dig out the area to the right depth. Carefully prepare the sides of the hole so they're roughly vertical. When you're happy with your preparations, open the bucket of tarmac patch repair and take out the small container of tack coat primer. Use a small paintbrush to prime the sides and bottom of the hole. The tack coat helps you get a good bond between the old surface and the new patch repair product. A 25 kilogram unit of tarmac patch repair product fills about half a square metre of a 25 millimetre deep hole. It's also available in 12.5 kilogram units for smaller repairs. The damaged area is now prepared and primed, and we're ready to use the tarmac patch repair to fill the hole. Just place the material in the hole and spread it around as evenly as you can, making sure it's pushed down firmly to fill any little holes or voids. Once it's in place, it needs to be well compacted. A tarmac tamper would be ideal, but it's not essential to have one. Anything heavy should do the job. A brick is ideal for these one-off minor repairs. It's a good idea to wet the brick with some water before using it, so that it doesn't stick to the repaired surface. You may want to fix some of the smaller bits and pieces as well, so let's have a look at filling small areas around the edge of your driveway. These areas can just as easily be filled with our coloured rapid setting repair mortar, which is ideal for small repairs such as these. On this driveway, let's look at how to do the repair around the edging stones. First, make sure there's no dirt collected in the bottom of the hole. When you're happy it's clean, dampen the area with some water. Mix up some rapid set mortar with some water to a workable mix to suit the job, just like you'd mix polyfiller with water to fill a hole in your house. Fill the hole. It's that easy. Then, if you want, sweep up a few loose stones from your driveway and press them into the area you've just repaired to match the surrounding area. It'll make the repair even less noticeable. For the time it takes, it's worth tidying up the grass along the edgings to the driveway. It makes the area look really neat when it's finally finished. Same thing with any overhanging bushes or shrubs. Giving them a quick prune, or tying them back if you prefer, will make it easier when you come to wash off the area or apply the Picscoat to the cleaned area. If you suffer from moss or algae infestation, it's often a good idea to apply Fungicidal Wash. It's not essential, but it kills any growth and it's less likely to appear at a later date. The Fungicidal Wash is applied with a garden sprayer or a watering can. It's best to apply the Fungicidal Wash 24 to 48 hours before you wash the whole surface, so it has a chance to do its work. After 24 to 48 hours you should see a brown tinge on the moss or algae as the Fungicidal Wash has done its work. And now the area is ready for the final stage of preparation, the washdown of the surface. Part of the washdown is to clean any oil stains, as oil may affect the bond between Picscoat and the existing tarmac. PICS Clean is an effective degreasant which is ready to use. As with the Fungicidal Wash, we're using a watering can to apply the PICS Clean. Then give the product a good scrub into the surface and leave for about 5 minutes. After about 5 minutes, we can hose off the residue. The Picscoat process is really as simple as painting. Fill all the holes, kill any growth, clean any oil or grease, and you're ready for the final washdown prior to applying the surface dressing. Whether you're planning to use a water jet or a stiff broom and a hosepipe and some elbow grease, the final washdown can be started. As you can see, we're using the water jet, and it easily cleans the driveway. If necessary, you can scrape or use a wire brush for any really stubborn areas. The driveway does not have to look perfect or be spotless. It just has to be clean. Even now, any little imperfections can be filled. Finally, you're satisfied with all your preparation work. All you have to do is wait for the surface to dry, and you can really start to transform your driveway. This really is the good bit. All the hard work is done. Before Picscoat is applied to the surface of the driveway, we must be sure that the driveway is dry. Also, it's important that it's a good drying day. As Picscoat is a water-based product, it must be able to dry in order to cure and go hard. We would recommend that Picscoat is applied at a temperature of 10 degrees centigrade or more. It can be applied at lower temperatures, but drying times will increase, and it's important that the area is dry before it's used or before it rains. As the area has just been thoroughly cleaned, all that should be required is a quick sweep with a stiff broom, or better still, as it's easier, a leaf blower to remove any loose debris. It really is easier if the area is masked off. Applying masking tape along the brickwork and the concrete edgings. It's a good idea to mask off any surface which is next to the area that you're going to be refurbishing. It saves time and it makes the edges so much neater. We're all masked off now and ready to apply the Picscoat. Before we start, we need to thoroughly mix the Picscoat, and we'd suggest mixing on a piece of polythene or an old sheet to help keep the workplace tidy. It's ideal to mix with an electric drill and a paddle mixer, but it's okay to mix with a stick. It's not important how it's mixed, but it does need to be mixed thoroughly. All you need now is a paintbrush, a long-haired or medium-haired roller, and a roller tray. It's easy to see when the Picscoat is thoroughly mixed, as when it becomes a uniform colour and there's no streaks, it's mixed enough and ready to be applied. It's simple to apply along the edges using a paintbrush. The masking tape makes the job quicker and easier. With a well-masked area and careful use of the roller, it's easy to apply Picscoat to the driveway surface, right up to the edges without even using a paintbrush. As you're applying the first coat, it's easy to see the massive difference Picscoat makes to the driveway. It's actually quite stunning. Try to spread the material out and to avoid pools of material collecting in the deeper textures of the tarmac. It's much better to apply 2 small coats than 1 generous coat. We say that it's best to leave 4 hours between coats, but if it's a good drying day, that 4 hours soon becomes 1 hour. But bear in mind, 4 hours will soon become longer if it isn't a good drying day, and that's why we recommend 10 degrees centigrade or warmer for application. If you don't want to use masking tape, no problem. Just be a bit more careful and use a paintbrush to get a neat edge. You might be a bit slower, but you'll get it right. If you do have a little accident or make some splashes, wipe the contaminated surface straight away with a wet rag before the Picscoat dries. When it's dry, Picscoat doesn't come off easily. It's easy to see how much easier and quicker it is to apply Picscoat when the area has been masked. Depending on the job, you decide the method that suits you best. Once you're finished with your tools, wipe off any excess material and then wash with plenty of water. If you've used masking tape, you can remove it and it should reveal a crisp, neat edge. The clean-up process is complete and you now have a totally transformed driveway. When the Picscoat has dried, which normally takes between 2 and 4 hours, you can walk on your new driveway. On good drying days, you can even drive your car on it after 4 hours. But for the sake of one day, we recommend driving on it the next day. Remember, colder temperatures extend drying times, and Picscoat will not reach its optimum performance for a few days. Let's have a look at our driveway before we started the work and now that it's finished.